What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Frontline. I'm Chris, and he is Mike,
Yep.
and it's officially here. The one convention every single gaming fan looks forward to. It only happens once a year, and it tells us all the new stuff that's going to be coming out in the gaming world, and that is E3, the biggest gaming convention every single year. And last year, Michael and I, we did a live reaction to a lot of the conferences that went on. Conferences usually happen at the beginning of the convention, and then all throughout the rest of the week, they do spotlight videos. They'll grab spotlight videos on games, spotlight videos on new hardware, new apps, what have you. So, but they always start the convention off with the conferences, which is what we are going to be getting from specific game companies, specific game consoles. Last year, like I said, we did a live reaction video. This year, we're going to probably be doing more recap videos, Michael and I. We're going to try to do one or two live reactions. It's just going to be a bit hard due to the timing. It's going on, E3 is in Los Angeles, and we're in New York, and there's a 3-hour gap. And the timing, while very good in Los Angeles, is very different here in New York as far as live stream-wise. For a few reasons, they fall under very, very specific times. So, if we cannot do a live reaction, we're going to do a video like this where we do a video recap. And what started E3 off this year was EA.
Yes, and that was taking place today on June 10th, and the whole event is going to be taking place from today or yesterday.
Yesterday, because this is going to probably be going up
all the
Sunday.
way through Thursday, June 15th.
Yes. And the conferences will be going on, like Mike just said. It started today, the 10th. It'll be going until the 14th, I believe. 14th or 13th. Wednesday. No, yeah, the 14th. And then all throughout the rest will be podcasts and video spotlighting, video games and apps and such. Yeah. I've already covered that.
So for today's video, we're doing the recap post-show of EA.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic, EA, E3.
Oh, EA, E3.
And it opened up the convention. It was honestly the first conference. And I got to be honest with you, Mike, and you could tell me what you thought too. The reason we didn't do a live reaction was because we kind of felt, okay, it's EA. They have, Star Wars. But whenever we think of EA, we think Sports. Exactly. So we were like, oh, it's just going to be sports. We really don't play that many sports games. I am interested in like the MLB and the NBA. It's a little bit of NFL, but really nothing beyond that. And I was pleasantly surprised this year.
That was a big surprise, because when I hear EA Sports 2, I think like, oh, they're just probably going to do some new things in like maybe like a basketball or baseball or something that wouldn't be really...
Something that we get, that we run for.
Yeah, exactly. But after seeing what we saw today, it was phenomenal.
Yeah, I think that we'll definitely be catching EA next year as well. I mean, this was wow.
Yeah, it was a knockout of the park this time.
So, what they did was when they opened up the conference, they made mention of a game that's already out, additional content they're going to be adding to the game. They teased a little bit of Star Wars Battlefront. Battlefront is how they ended the conference.
Battlefront 2.
Yes, and we'll definitely get... Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I should have said 2.
Yeah.
We'll get into Battlefront 2 as we progress forward. But after giving us a little teaser for Battlefront, they went into Battlefield 1, which is out already. They mentioned that next year, DLC is going to include 6 new multiplayer maps and the addition of the Russian army. Now... I've played Battlefield 1. I really did not like a lot of the microtransactions in the game, and that kind of took away from the experience because a lot of people were literally shelling out a lot of money to get a lot of stuff early instead of earning it the way I would, because I don't do, for those of you that don't know that, microtransactions are money you could pay within the game in order to get things early or loot boxes or whatever. You get basically stuff. And I don't do that. I like to earn the stuff. I like to do it my way. I don't want to add extra money. The game itself is already $60. Who wants to add an additional fill in the blank with whatever you want to pay for extra? So the microtransactions for me kind of ruined Battlefield 1, and there were a lot of bugs when it opened up. I think it's great that they're building off of Battlefield 1. I mean, it's kind of like what Rainbow Six is doing with Tom Clancy, The Division. They keep adding, there's a Season 2 for The Division, Season 2 for Rainbow Six. I'm sure they're going to be talking more about the possibility of a Season 3 at EA.
Yeah.
But with Battlefield 1, I think it's good that they started off with this because this was one of the 2 least things I was interested in during this conference. I don't know. I know you don't play Battlefield.
Well, I'm just saying from what they
said. Battlefield 1, not
Yeah,
Battlefront.
well, what I'm saying is that seeing this was more of like the improvement of what they want to do in this video game.
Right.
Rather than, like it's a lot of stuff to expect that's more of an improvement, so that way...
Yeah, instead of bringing out another Battlefield game,
exactly.
they're just building on what they already have.
So it's like building on... Exactly, I was just going to say that.
Yeah. I was catching what you were meaning. Yeah. So, moving off of that, now this game, when I first heard it, my friend Eagle brought it up, I was like, I never... We played the older games, but we never really got the newer stuff, and we might actually get one of the newer games for it to prepare for this game later on down the road. Need for Speed Payback.
Oh my god.
They not only did they do a preview, we got to see a preview, but then the one of the developers came out and actually showed us some gameplay of a specific level. I don't know if it's one of the first levels or not. I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll grab Need for Speed, because when you think Need for Speed, you think the racing, because that's what it is.
But
racing.
Basically, on PC game, it's racing, but also being chased by police officers as well.
Right, and that's what got us into it back when Need for Speed first came out.
Right, because I started on the computer, which worked our way into the PlayStation, and then others, and so on and so forth.
And ironically, it's basically the gaming version of Fast and Furious, if you think about it.
It really is. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, the graphics were astounding.
Well, yeah, definitely.
And that character Jess, did you see that car when she just went in? And it was just like...
There was...
Whoa.
Guys, anything that we talk about, I would definitely recommend checking out trailers. IGN... Several websites have been releasing trailers as the conference was going on. Go check out the trailer for Need for Speed and then try to find the first couple of minutes of gameplay or the couple of minutes of gameplay period. I think it's just 6 minutes of gameplay, whatever. Whoa, I was iffy on the game. I was like, yeah, maybe we'll grab it. Maybe it'll be good. We're trying to reach out into different fields other than just what we've been playing. So I was like, all right, whatever.
I like the slow-mos that they did. Like, every time when a car turned and you saw the slow-mo, like, that's what really caught my eye also. Like,
yes.
It was just...
Yes, and
wow.
After seeing the trailer, and especially after seeing the gameplay, if that's what the game is like, hell yeah. I already signed up on Amazon to be notified when the game is available for pre-order.
Well, they said that it's supposed to be coming out next year, sometime in 2018.
Early 2018, I think it was.
Okay, so early 2000, maybe around January, February.
Probably first quarter of 2018.
But hey, if it's going to be like an excellent game, then yeah, I'll...
Yeah, there are so many games coming out this year. I'm more than happy waiting until 2018 for this game, but I definitely want it.
Yeah, it's going to be off the charts.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The whole game looks amazing. It looks like it kind of breaks a little bit of the norm, though, where originally it was a racing game more. Now it looks like they're kind of going more the story route.
Well, to kind of like, I understand what they're trying to do. Like, instead of just doing everything, like, repeat, they want to add something new to it to make it more exciting and more of a thrill.
I don't know, but I'm really excited for it.
They really did a great decision by just making it totally different and just...
I definitely got a Fast and the Furious vibe without it being Fast and Furious. Definitely a humongous plus. And they did show, after that, they showed a couple of clips of NFL. I don't think they really talked about it too much because I had gotten up for a break because they were going to start talking sports. And as you guys know, we don't play too many sports. However, one thing that was mentioned was FIFA 18 or FIFA. I believe they kept calling it FIFA, so I'm going to say FIFA 18. If you're a fan, it looks great. That's definitely one of the games. Even if I wanted to reach into the realm of sports gaming, I probably wouldn't get FIFA. Like I said, NFL, NBA, which we'll talk about, MLB. I would get those three before I got anything else. So it looked nice. The game looked great, but again, not a FIFA fan.
But talking about NBA,
was that next? I don't think that was. Was that next? No, I think that was teased later on because the next thing that happened was the way out.
right. And then the whole thing. Yeah. I forgot about that, yeah.
So there was another game that was developed by somebody a while ago on PC that one of the developers at EA, there's a huge story behind it. I would
it was from the brothers.
the creator of Brothers. Oh my God. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I forgot
But
too.
yeah, but it was Brothers something.
EA and this guy got together to make this game, which is called A Way Out, and it's for everybody like myself and Michael now that are called. I'm going to say it first and explain it. Called Couch Warriors. Couch Warriors basically. I bit my tongue. Basically. Couch Warriors are basically instead of playing via the Wi-Fi, you could play side by side with split screen. And this game basically is meant for split screen. It really isn't a single player game. It is a 2-player game. You could play with a friend online if you want, but you could also the best way to play as the developer said is with somebody in your house, 2-player, player 1, player 2 in game, and they showed us a first teaser or a preview trailer. And then the creator of the game came out and actually showed us some actual gameplay. And I liked it. Number one, I like that they're bringing back 2 players on the same console. And it doesn't require you to go out and buy a PS4 to play with me. You can turn on our other controller and play with me in a split screen. Which has, honestly, for the past couple of years, that's kind of been taken out. Multiplayer was only for Wi-Fi, so to see game developers, and it didn't just happen in this game, it was mentioned in other games later on in this conference, to see that coming back now that people don't have to, like Michael who lives with me, go out and buy another console to play, now can sit down next to me and play as player 2 once again, and the game looks cool. I mean, you play as 2 people who are in jail, break out of jail, and then you have to survive outside of jail, and there's a whole story surrounding it.
And it's decision making also, which does affect the gameplay. You could go any decision, and one way could be the same route, but the other way it was different.
For every method, every step of the way, there are several different ways to do it. You can do it one way, another way, and I like that because it brings in then replayability. When you beat the game, if you want to go back in and play it a different way, you can.
So it's kind of like a Telltale game. Making decisions and then...
Yeah, you have to basically... But it's a strategic game
it's strategic. I said... No, you didn't hear me. I said it's like Telltale.
Not really, because Telltale more or less is more dialogue.
Yeah, but hear me out, though. When you make a decision, it impacts... And, your decision...
I don't think it impacts the game. I think more it was a decision on method.
I mean, it could be... Let's just say it's like it. But I like the split screen also. The only thing that I'm kind of a little bit concerned about is, don't get me wrong, the 2-player thing you said was amazing, that they're putting that in the game. But I hope that it's not if the camera angle is a different way... let's say if I'm player 2.
Yeah, that was my concern too. Because one player, did you see that part where one player actually can be in a cinematic,
right,
a cutscene, and the other player still has the freedom to walk around, but you can't go into the cutscene. Yeah,
so that might be a concern of about the video game. But all in all, I really like how they're bringing the 2-player modes in it rather than just making it all online.
It definitely is in our pre-order list. It looks really cool. It's definitely something Michael and I could do together. And I like the aspect of you break out of jail. There's a story involved with it. They break out. They find the person that it looks like framed them, or at least one of the characters was framed. And it's this journey of, continuing to run from the police even while outside of jail. I don't know. It looked really, really good. That's the long and short of it. And I'm looking forward to that game. That's 2018, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
And it looks really good. I would definitely say if you missed the trailer, go check it out. I'm sure IGN or any other gaming site already has been sharing that. Which then takes us into a just teaser. They only grazed this because they said it's going to be seen more at the Microsoft conference, which kind of turns me off a little bit. I'll explain why in a moment. Anthem. They did a teaser trailer. They showed the society that lives in a wall or behind a wall, and that if you go outside the wall, you have to fight to survive. And they show all these different races and stuff. The one turn off, I don't like console exclusive games anymore. At this point in reality, other than Nintendo being for Mario and the Nintendo franchise games, Xbox and PlayStation are basically running the same games, are playing the same games. Other than Halo as well, because that's just something that Xbox has always only owned, and it's been going on forever. And like Nathan Drake, Uncharted for PlayStation. No brand new game franchise at this point anymore should be console exclusive. Unless the console company itself is funding it, which could be the case with Anthem. We don't know for sure if Anthem is or is not being funded by Microsoft, but it is for possibly the Microsoft Xbox exclusively. We have the Xbox One. I'm not saying we don't have the Xbox One, but we hardly use it. A lot of the stuff we do is on the PlayStation 4 for streaming purposes and just for gaming purposes. So I don't know if we would get... I mean, the game looks amazing, but I've bought 2 Xbox One games in the past year, and the fact that I don't play on my Xbox One is the reason why I haven't played them yet, and why I don't think if Anthem is Xbox
Amazing exclusive. You said Xbox One and the thing didn't turn on.
It's unplugged at the moment.
That's why you did that.
I did that so it wouldn't turn on when I did that. But yeah, no, I don't know how you feel, but personally, having to pay for internet for both consoles now, we chose PlayStation 4. We could stream to YouTube through PlayStation 4. So we tend to side with PS4 more. Having an Xbox exclusive game that isn't Halo at this point, kind of a turnoff.
And don't you have to pay to stream?
Xbox Live. No, you don't have to pay to stream. If you have internet.
Xbox Live?
Nope. If you have internet, you're good.
Oh, no. Well, they did say, though, that they're going to mention more, like, during the next conference.
Microsoft conference.
But it did build up, like, saying, like, this is just the beginning of the game. But what is going to unfold could be something that could be really awesome.
Well, we're still going to be doing, even though we don't play the Xbox a lot, we will be covering the Microsoft conference. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for Halo 6. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing the finale of this new trilogy. So I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing that. So we will be reporting Microsoft's conference. So hopefully we'll get more on Anthem. Now, the game that you wanted to talk about, and I'll let you start it. I'll just say it. I guess they're not doing 2Ks anymore. NBA Live 18.
Yeah.
What did you think about that? They introduced the one.
Yeah, they actually did do that. And what I liked about it is that behind the story is that the characters, like, who are playing basketball, like, they're saying, like, who is the one that can actually be the top basketball player?
Right. And it's not only in the league anymore, it's on the streets.
And on the streets as well. And that voice, wasn't that John Cena? No. It sounded just like him.
I don't think it was.
I mean, if you really listen, didn't it sound like him?
I don't believe it was.
I don't know. Someone told me it sounded like him. But anyway, so on the streets, when you're playing against these people, it's like saying, like, you gotta, like, be the top dog of basketball.
In general. On streets, in the arena, everywhere.
That is what makes it interesting, because it's not just an arena. This is like a worldwide. It could be in parks.
And the story looks very interesting.
The story from, like, starting from, like, a small town to working into something big, and to work your way up into getting to that someplace that's big. That's what's up with basketball.
I truly think that this is going to be the first sports game I buy. I think that I truly might actually grab NBA Live 18. It looks very interesting. The graphics look great. And I like the aspect of you can play in a league or on the streets and work your way up to an indie league. And then you could also go into the regular league.
Yeah, and I like...
And your street cred. And did you see the unlockables? As you play street, you get, like, shoes or like sneaker endorsements or whatnot. As you play leagues, you get other bigger things to add to your character. So I think this will be one of the first games. This, like I told you guys, MLB, NFL, and NBA are the 3 games that I would sports-wise play on console. I don't count WWE because at this point they're calling it World Wrestling Entertainment.
And plus the controls are getting very, very difficult to use. Very difficult.
As a lot of people say, wrestling is a sport. At this point with WWE, it's more of an entertainment wrestling more than wrestling.
That's why there's the E and not the
right.
F.
So I don't count WWE as that. I would play a WWE game. Honestly, I would, but I don't count that in the big three as far as sports. NFL, MLB, NBA. And NBA Live 18 is going to end up, I think, in my pre-order with NFL 18 if it's NFL Live, and MLB. Now MLB is from I believe a different company. I'm not too sure, but MLB The Show 2019 because I think 18 is already out. So we would have to order the game. It's a kerfuffle of we don't have to talk about.
But the NBA one also mentioned they have like really awesome moves that you can use on there.
Yeah.
Roll slam dunks.
Oh
and
yeah.
everything.
I thought it. I think that we never really. Michael and I haven't played sport. We haven't played sports really, other than the MLB The Show 2000 and I think it was 14. We have not bought any sports games since or before really. Then I think now is a good time to start. As they're adding stories to these games, and I know NBA had stories before, so nobody ripped me in the comments. I know that every single sports game has had story for a while, but this new the one that they're talking about looked really, really interesting, and I liked. Did you see how the dribbling went? When they went to that guy and they were explaining about dribbling right, dribbling left, and how you could fake out somebody, and you literally have to use your controller now.
To try to actually do that.
You literally are like in the game. You could right dribble, left dribble, spin around, and the other guy has to counter all that. I like that. I really. And then there was a where you had to start dribbling again, and I like that they're adding a method to it.
In basketball games, they never actually really do that much to actually show you different methods like that. I mean, I don't know, but to me though, that was like the first time I've ever seen that.
I like it. Yeah, I truly like it. I think it'd be a nice new learning curve for us in games. So I think that NBA Live 18 is in our pre-order file. So that's already 3 games. We've got Need for Speed Payback. We got A Way Out. We got NBA Live 18. And now the 4th game that as soon as the conference was done, I went crazy looking for pre-order wise, but is not available physically, a physical copy of it pre-order wise on Amazon yet. So once it is, I will. Star Wars Battlefront 2 was the main attraction of EA, and they had a huge to-do. I mean, I like that they had the stormtroopers come out, and they had the actress. They had the actress that they made the model of in the game, and the voice of that model come out and promote the game, and I liked it. I really did. And they showed previews of the game, and I like how she also mentioned Couch Warriors will be very happy because you can play 2-player split screen, I believe, with Battlefront 2 as well. And because the actor who played Finn, his words were heard around the world. He said, "Where is the story mode for Battlefront?" Star Wars Battlefront 2
and there were lots of tweets out there.
Oh yeah. Star Wars Battlefront 2 will have an online-offline campaign mode. And 3 times the amount, this is what they said, 3 times the amount of stuff, 3 times more than what we got in Battlefront 1. Now, Battlefront 1, I was let down severely with. I didn't like, it was literally a multiplayer map. It was a multiplayer versus game. And it was littered across only a handful of maps. There were glitches, there was this, there was that. It just did not really we bought the game.
But you saw behind the scenes when they were actually making it, what they should take out and what they should keep.
Yes.
As well.
But with Battlefield 1, there really wasn't anything that kept Battlefront, thank you. Battlefront 1, there was nothing that kept me in that game. I played a couple of rounds, put it away, didn't even get the season pass. Which, by the way, there is no season pass for Battlefront 2. I believe all the DLC is in the game.
Well, yeah, because it looks like everything is pretty much in the
game.
game.
And Finn and Captain Phasma, both characters, free. First DLCs, free for Battlefront. I'm sure there will be a possible season pass. I did look it up. A few people said there will be no season pass. I can't confirm or deny it, that they might add one later on, but from what I'm hearing right now, everything will be in the game already. Additional DLC, I guess, won't be considered on a season pass, or maybe there is a season pass and people were getting it wrong in the comments. Either way, though, the game promises to span Star Wars Episode 1, go all the way through, and bridge the gap to and this campaign bridges the gap between Return of the Jedi and A Force Awakens. So the campaign is the bridge, like Rogue One was the bridge between Episode 3 and 4. This game, Battlefront 2, is going to be the bridge between 6 and 7. Yeah. And that is awesome. I'm looking forward to it. And it looks like we play as the bad guy. We play as one of the bad guys.
And what I liked about, and I don't mean to cut you
off.
No,
you didn't cut me off. I stopped talking.
With multiplayer, what I liked about it is there are 3 things that I saw. Like, did you see that they're bringing back the Naboo fighter? And you like that from Rogue Squadron from N64.
I like that now it's different when you get into the ships. You have to earn it.
You have to earn that. And also, you can play as the stormtrooper and or the robot, and their guns. I think the robots, the droids, I think that's what they're called, the droids,
the
separatists, have the stronger weapon over the stormtroopers because like 2 shots and they're down. But that's my opinion of what I saw. And as the lightsaber playing as Darth Maul, oh my God, the spins and
yeah, what Mike's talking about is they showed multiplayer gameplay. Some gamers ended up having the opportunity to play the game early at an EA booth thingy, and they recorded it, and wow.
And also, when they were using the lightsaber, it actually shows, like, if you did, like, let's say something on the floor with the lightsaber, and it actually leaves the mark on the floor. It's like, wow. The whole thing, and what I really hope that they do bring is not just playing as the bad guy, but if there's, like, other Star Wars characters like Luke Skywalker or Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I think that everyone from the first game moves over, and anyone who owns Battlefront 2 gets all the DLC for Battlefront 1. That's what I'm hearing. So that means all the characters will move over, and the addition of Kylo Ren, like I said, Finn, Captain Phasma, to name a few, will be in this game.
Yeah, but that would be pretty sick if we could play as Jedis also, rather than the...
Well, you saw Darth Maul, we saw Boba Fett, we saw a glimpse of Han Solo.
Ah, yes.
So, I mean, this game has a lot of promise. This game looks like EA took everything...
I think it's because when they added the story... That's what's going to make this game
a little
better.
Bit. Yes, but now there were a lot of problems with the multiplayer and a lot of reasons why people played it for a while and then stopped and you didn't hear about Battlefront again. I think EA took this as a I'm hoping EA took this as a learning experience, took all of the info in. I mean, they did about the story. I don't know if the character who played Finn didn't leave that tweet. I don't know if that still would have happened if not for that tweet. I don't know or not. But from what they claim, from what they said, they listened to all the fans, they listened to all the feedback, and Battlefront 2, it looks like they listened to everybody. It looks like they're giving everybody what they want, what we've been asking for, what we were expecting from Battlefront 1 with Battlefront 2. I'm hoping they are because we are definitely pre-ordering Battlefront 2, and we are keeping our fingers crossed that Battlefront 2 delivers like Battlefront 1 should have, and like they're promising Battlefront 2 will. I tell you guys, it definitely was the spotlight. As far as the games go, my favorites, definitely, like I said, Battlefront stole the show, in my opinion. Battlefront 2 stole the show. A Way Out definitely is something Michael and I, we haven't played multiplayer sitting in the same room together games in like forever, so it's nice to see that they're bringing back the 2-player options in newer games, again, split screen wise. NBA Live 18 is probably going to break the mold and be the first game out of the big 3 to make it into our collection, and probably it'll snowball into NFL and MLB, like I said. And Need for Speed Payback. I think Need for Speed Payback gets second place. It's Battlefront, Need for Speed Payback, and then A Way Out. NBA Live, of course, being the sports game that I definitely put in our top. But yeah, I think really great stuff. The only thing I'm kind of disappointed with is Anthem being an Xbox exclusive game. Even oh god, what's that game that was Xbox exclusive, but now it's also on PlayStation? We were just watching it.
What, Street Fighter?
Dead Rising.
Oh, Dead Rising. Yeah.
The new Dead Rising game came out for Xbox, and they said a year later it will be available for PlayStation. So by holiday of this year, we should have it for the PlayStation 4. At least, yes, it's a year later, but at least it will be available for the PlayStation 4. Now, I don't know what Anthem's doing yet. I can't speak for it until Microsoft. So for Anthem, I say to be continued until, let's see, when is the Microsoft conference? To be continued until, I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. We're having, tomorrow, we'll talk about the schedule, but to be continued for until tomorrow. So, Mike, what about you?
All right, well, I like all the games, but if I had to put an order from, like, first to the other ranking, like, the first place has to go for me, Need for Speed.
Oh, you like Need for Speed?
The Need for Speed is what really just made me say, wow.
Okay.
Like, almost 4 times with all the... I mean, it takes a lot out of me to say, wow, at least more than once. Okay. So that has to go first place.
That's fair.
Second place, A Way Out, because of the split screen and also the story behind it, which made it more of a interesting, like this game would be something I would enjoy playing as well. Together, yeah, like with us and everything. Third place, I would have to say, is the NBA of basketball because of the whole new level.
Wow, so you're thinking Star Wars Battlefront would be like your lowest?
Well, no, wait, hear me out though.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying that the lowest is the least. These are all the best ones, but I'm just saying by my reactions.
Oh, okay.
By my reactions.
That's fair.
So NBA would be third for that, and fourth, the Battlefront 2. Which I really liked seeing the whole gameplay of all that coming together.
Oh, they did mention the Star Wars app, which is free. So if you guys are interested in apps, there is a Star Wars app. I'm not interested in that. I think that was towards the very end of the conference. They literally just grazed it. That's why I didn't put it in our list, because we're talking about console and PC specific games right now.
Yeah, but Battlefront was like really interesting, and Anthem I can't really say anything about because it was just a few seconds, so that will determine my decision when I see Microsoft tomorrow or today.
Right, exactly. So that was EA. EA definitely surprised us. So good on you, EA. Thank you for a really awesome surprise conference. So I'm going to let you guys know our schedule for the next couple of days. So Sunday, which is today when you're watching this, tomorrow for us, there's the Microsoft conference for the Microsoft Xbox. And then later on is the Bethesda. Bethesda has a few games that I'm interested in, a few games that Mike is interested in. So we're going to check it out. That probably will more than definitely be a... I mean, it's later on, so that might... I don't know. I'm not going to promise anything. So there's those. On Monday, though, are the big heavy hitters. Monday, we have Ubisoft, and then the final conference we're going to be doing is Sony.
Oh, good.
For the
later
PlayStation.
On, so I won't have to worry about missing.
Now, I will make mention that there is a Nintendo conference. I don't know if it's at EA or if they're going to be doing it on their system like they've been doing it every single year.
I think it's on their system.
Personally, I have nothing Nintendo-wise right now I'm looking forward to. Personal preference, I'm really upset at what Nintendo's doing with...
There is some...
I know you are, so maybe you'll do a video, but personally, I don't like their practices as far as the way they're treating YouTubers streaming their games, and I don't like their practices with their system. And yes, Michael does want to get a Switch at some point, and yes, I'm sure that I will be playing with Mike on certain Switch games like the Mario Kart and Odyssey's coming out. I'm sure they're going to be talking about that. But at this very moment, I'm very upset with Nintendo for a lot of their choices in their practices and how it's hurting, streamers, gamers, and also just the way they're running their games and whatnot. I don't know. I'm a little offset. I mean, it's the streaming thing that really has me right between my eyes. Really gets me, really annoyed the most. If they get rid of that stupid policy about wanting your AdSense if you stream one of their games, I'd feel a little bit better about Nintendo. But right now, Nintendo just continues to want more and more money. They're kind of the Marvel in the gaming industry right now. I mean, the mini NES, the Switch, the charging, the basically putting ads on your videos if you stream any of their games. Kind of, it's I'm a little disappointed with Nintendo. This is a company that we grew up with,
Yeah, it is really.
But that's Nintendo. I mean, look, Michael will watch it. I mean, if there's enough to talk about, if he tells me, Chris, you got to watch these trailers, we got to look at this, I'm sure Nintendo definitely will be a recap. I'm promising you guys right now, we will not be doing a live reaction to that. There are 2 possible chances for a live reaction show, but the other 2 more than likely will be recaps. Maybe all 4 conferences, including Nintendo, will be recaps. Sony? It is on Monday.
Okay, good, because I want to see stuff about Crash and other stuff as well.
Mm-hmm. That one more than likely might be the live reaction one. I'm pushing for the most.
Well, it's going to be later in the day, so I don't have to worry about missing that because it's at 4.
Nope.
Right? Oh, it's a 9. Oh, it's a 9
yeah.
at night.
Yeah, for us.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's the problem?
Nothing. I'm saying, yeah. We
yeah. That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I love how we're doing this while we're still on video. But EA, thank you so much for an awesome conference. Looking forward to a lot of your games. You definitely sold us on a good handful of them. Up next will be Microsoft and Bethesda. Yes. We'll probably do separate videos. If we're going to be doing reactions, we'll be doing separate videos for each. So look forward to those. And until then, guys, thank you so much for being here with us. Comic Frontline, your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. If you're new, click that sub button. We got a lot of videos coming out each and every day. We will be covering all the conferences from E3. And if I'm not doing Nintendo, he definitely will. So we will cover all of the conferences from E3. As far as the gameplay and whatnot, I don't think we will be, but we will definitely have the conferences down at least like we did last year. So, as always, guys, take care. Keep reading, keep collecting, and we will see you guys really, really soon with the next video.
Hey, everybody.
Take care, guys.